Welcome to Fix the World with me, Katie Tracy, and our lovely Sam Avery, live from the Have a Word studios.
Yeah, hello everyone.
Welcome. Thanks for tuning in.
How you all doing out there?
Hope you're good.
Give us a scream.
Yay!
Give us a ooh.
Ooh.
That's why audience participation doesn't quite work on
Give
podcasts.
us I'm a hostage and I can't get out of here.
I'm trapped in somebody's boots and all they're letting me listen to is your podcast and it's torture.
So we're here on Fix the World. Our job is to fix things for you.
Every time. Make the world a better place for you. Try and make sense of the problems that we suffer.
And if we can't fix a problem, we'll at least try.
We'll have a damn
And
good go.
That's what it's all about,
Yeah,
isn't it?
It's the attempt.
It's the attempt to fix
the
it.
excess.
We might be fucking useless at fixing stuff, but we'll try.
You can't really mark us down on effort.
What did Yoda say? There is no try, only do.
Do not. There is no try.
Yeah, well, there is try, Yoda. So stick that in your little floaty arsehole and fly away. Jedi.
You fucking Jedi knobhead.
Yeah, you little Jedi. That'd be a Boss Scout skit. You know, when you just go, I heard the other day someone called someone a nit. And it was my favourite. Shut up, you little nit.
Nit.
I'll tell you who was a nit.
Who?
That girl before.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Jesus Christ.
We've been through like an experience together and we want to tell you about it because it was dead annoying and it was also quite surreal.
If your kids are hanging around the bus stop on the flyover, have a little word with them.
Yeah, by the Five Ways in Chilwell in Liverpool.
Yeah.
Some absolute weapon, some absolute nit.
Little nit she was.
Nitwit.
She
Jumped out.
She's about 14 as well,
About
wasn't
14
she?
with a mate. So Kate drives, like, peek behind the curtains here. When we drive to the studio, Kate drives to mine, and we jump in my car and we drive to the studio.
To prep. Because as you can see, it's a very professional show. We try and prep. We try and come in with things to discuss for our listeners.
This is all scripted, isn't it? Every single word we say, we write on the way here.
Well, tonight we didn't end up nearly here.
So it's all heavily scripted. Even this bit, that was scripted. Kate didn't want that in, but I said...
Didn't want it in.
Without the people aren't getting what... You're cheating the people.
I'm not happy with
We
that.
can't cheat the people. Sorry. That sorry was scripted, though. we made sure that was in.
So anyway,
She
this
said,
stupid kid in the bus stop,
Nitwit.
for laughs, what she was doing is every time a car drove past the bus stop, she'd pretend to jump out in front of it for lols. Oh my God, what a clown.
So I was going about, 15 miles an hour?
Yeah.
So she jumped out, so I was able to stop quite easily. But fucking hell, what a dickhead
And then
thing
Sam
to do.
wound his window down, round the passenger window down, which is my side. And he started to go, that was a really stupid thing to do. And I went, you stupid little bitch. She went, what did you just call me? And I went, you heard. I went, what has happened? Who's phoning your mother to tell her that you're dead on the road? And then people behind us were beeping, and me and Sam could have carried on, and
Honestly,
just riffed off on it.
Yeah.
But we had to leave. We had to leave the scene.
And as we drove off, I said, subscribe to the podcast. So if you're listening, love, you're a nitwit. Okay?
But like and share us, and, everything's forgiven and forgotten.
But I have this thing when someone does something like that now, like something stupid. Obviously, your reaction is to shout. I try and go like mafioso, talk low, freak them out kind of thing. It doesn't always work. There was a guy at Lime Street Station.
Doesn't help when you're driving a car with two kids' car seats in the back. It's not intimidating.
A little mini that needs a wash, and I look like me. I can't look intimidating.
All his Ginsters rappers in the front trying to be intimidating. Yeah.
Hey.
You're messing with the wrong lad.
You messed with a friend of ours.
I can eat 3 boiling hot meat and potato pasties in one go. You know what you're fucking messing with here?
You're messing with Hot Mouth Sammy.
Hot Mouth Sammy is also your stripper name, isn't it?
No, that's more escort work.
Yeah.
Hot Mouth Sammy. And the less said about the back passage, the better.
Please.
But that's also warm.
Please.
Yeah, Hot Mouth Sammy.
So yeah, that's what happens on the way here. Eventful times.
There's a guy at Lime Street once. I was driving to pick my wife up, and I was driving up to the bit where you can park your car for a short stay only. And a guy on his bike, sort of, I can't remember what he did, but he did something stupid. So I wanted to scream at him, but instead I wound the window down, and he was right next to me then because he was waiting for the lights to change. And he was on his bike, and I just wound the window down and just said to him, "That was silly, that wasn't it? That was really silly." And he was so embarrassed because I talked to him like I was his teacher. I think that has always stuck with me, and I've always thought that's a good.
You know what a good thing to do? Just wind your window down. I know where you live. Just wind your window back.
I'm gonna take your sister out on a date and never call her.
Sorry, I've got something in my eye. Do you get road rage?
Yeah.
I do.
Less so now. I always remember what my mum said. What would the Buddhists do, Sam? She said it in a sarcastic way, but I've always thought, what would the Buddhists do? The Buddhists wouldn't follow someone. I've done that in the past. I've followed someone. I was thinking, what am I going to do? Like, drive to their house and, like, kill them in front of the family?
But I think it's cathartic to rant and rave in the car because you're contained. You're not getting out.
Yeah.
One time, though, when I was driving back from my mum's, these kids were just walking up along the sides of the road, and there was an old man right by them, and they threw this full bottle of Coke, and it missed the old man by about that much, and then it hit the side of my car. So I just pulled my car up, put the hazards on, locked it, and I chased them for about a mile. And then I just thought to myself, oh, what am I going to do if I catch them?
Exactly.
I don't know, like, it's like probably about 14-year-old lads here. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to tell your mum on you. I don't know. So I just thought, let's get back to me car.
Stop. Treat it as a little cardio session and just go back home. That was my first stand-up bit that I remember I got working when I first started doing stand-up, which was based on a lad throwing a stone at me and my mates, like a group of kids. So me and my mate chased this group of kids who were littler than us. But as they were running, we just thought, what are we going to do? And they sort of stopped and we just shit ourselves. So we just ran past. Because we didn't know what to do. So we just carried on running, like as if we were running somewhere else.
My mate Nat, her windscreen got done outside the house and she ran outside and chased this kid right through Kenny and caught him. She's not scared of anybody. She caught him and went, "Where do you live?" And he told her. She took him to his house, knocked on his mother's door and was like, "He's just broke my windscreen."
Wow. I bet the mum was fuming though.
Well, I wouldn't have the bottle to do it because what if the mum was harder than you?
Well, that's it. And some of the mums would be like that. Who are you to tell me what I should be doing with my kids?
Oh, that's the hardest thing when your kids like. When Sam started playing out and that, I used to like. He'd come in and go, "Oh, such a body like took the football off." And it was always older kids. It didn't happen lots because they all seemed to like play together nice.
Yeah.
So there's always like a group of like a little bit older kids, and they were just little fuckers. And he'd be like, "Oh, such a body's took the ball off us," or blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, "Oh, God. This means I've got to go and knock at this kid's mum's house. And what if this kid's mum's dead hard and I'm frightened that she'll just like bounce me down the path?"
A lot of psychos out there.
I know.
So
it's hard. It's a hard choice to make.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because I don't chase drama, but you know.
I don't follow drama. Drama follows me.
Drama finds me.
That is a tribute to my friend's daughter in Australia who said this once, and I have never forgot it. Once when I was a kid, there was this family moved by ours, and it was this girl called Tracy, and she had 3 older brothers, and she was dead hard, and she just decided that she was after me.
Oh.
And they go, "Tracy's after you." And I didn't even know who this girl was, and they'd go, hey, Kate, and I go, "Did you know Tracy's after you?" And I was like, "Well, I didn't. I don't even know who she is. And what the fuck have I done? I don't know." I was only about like 8 or 9. So sometimes we started sort of knocking about tenuously. And this day she knocked at my house and I wasn't playing. I was having my tea. And she went to my nan, "Can I borrow a bike then?" And my nan went, "No, you can't get down the path." So anyway, then it got to the point where I was scared to go around the shop because if she was there, she'd give me a legger. She'd chase me. And I was like, what if she caught me and like she battered me? And I was just like frightened. So in the end, my nan went, "I'm not having this. You're not being scared of other kids. Just go to the shop." And anyway, this day, she knocked at our house and I was just got in from school. This actually happened. And my nan opened the door and she went, "Is your Kate there?" And she went, "Yeah." And she went, "Tell her I want to have her a fight now." And instead of my nan going, "Get down my path," my nan went, "Kate, you better get out of here and batter this girl." And I went on the grass outside our house and we had a fight.
Did you?
It wasn't a real fight. We were kids, but we had a little scrap.
Your nan was a referee.
No, my nan was just like standing on the doorstep with her arms folded. Because my nan did the right thing because she didn't want me to be scared of her. And once you've had a fight with someone, you don't fight them again. That's it.
Yeah, it's done.
But it was over with then, and that was that.
Did you win? Was it a draw?
I don't really remember
No.
who come off worse or best. I just remember coming away from it going, "Oh, it actually wasn't as bad as I built it up to be in my head."
I think at that age, a fight is just people rolling around and trying to slap each other or whatever. It's when you get a bit older. I had a fight when I must have been 9. And I say it was a fight. It was with this really fat asthmatic lad. And he was, I don't know why we were fighting, but there's a big crowd, everyone in school going, hey, and everyone's going, hit him in the face. And he was trying to punch me. And I've never, ever been tried to get punched before, so I didn't know what to do. So I dodged about 3 of these punches. And I was trying to kick him in the shins because that's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to, like, swing for him. And he just did this haymaker and it just caught me in the eye, knocked me down, and I had this big black eye. And obviously didn't feel great. But then about 10 years later, in fact longer than that, 20 years later, speaking to my mum and dad on Christmas Day, first time I was away from them on Christmas Day, and I phoned them, and they were all laughing their heads off. My mum, my dad, my brother, and I was like, what are you laughing at? And they couldn't speak, they were laughing that much. It was Christmas Day, and they just said, oh, we're just laughing about that time that fat asthmatic kid knocked you out. It's like, Jesus Christ, I'd forgotten about
You
that.
weren't even there, and they're sitting there having a laugh about
Christmas Day. Oh, I remember when that fat kid knocked our Sam out. They were just laughing their tits off.
My nan, though, she wasn't scared of, like, nobody, or she wasn't out in the street fighting or nothing like that. But one time when my auntie was little, and one of my aunties, she was dead shy, and she'd gone to school and she'd forgotten her dinner money. So this teacher had made her stand up in assembly in front of all the other kids and embarrassed her because she'd forgotten her dinner money and sent her home to get her dinner money. So she come in and it was like 9:30. I mean, I was like, what are you doing? And she went, oh, Mr. Hunt, he made me stand up in assembly because I forgot my dinner money, and he's just made me leave him practice and come home and get me dinner money. And she went, is he? And she said if it had been any of her other kids, she wouldn't have been bothered. But this particular auntie was like really like go like beetroot, get embarrassed, and he made her stand up in front of all the other kids. So she threw a coat on over it, like her nightie, went down the school, walked into the middle of hymn practice and went, you outside now, to the teacher who was taking the hymn practice. And the secretary was like, oh, Mrs. Tracy, and she went, you get out of the way. I think she swore at them. And then she went, out here now, you bully. And he came out and went, that's inappropriate. And she went, no, you're inappropriate, you're a bully. Don't ever do that to her again.
Yeah. Good on her.
Good on her.
That's it. You don't have to hit people to make a point, do you? You can just embarrass them in public.
Yeah. And then one time in school, I was in fourth year, juniors. Is that like year 6?
I think so.
And we had this teacher. She was fucking horrible. She hated me because I played violin and then I packed in, and she was the violin teacher and she didn't want me to pack in violin. She sent a letter to my mum saying, well, why are you letting Kate pack in violin? And my mum went, because she doesn't want to play violin anymore. So it's not up to me, it's up to her.
Quite simple, really.
Yeah, anyway, she took against me, that's fine. And it did it Edding because I was like clever in school. So every time she couldn't get to me in that way, do you know what I mean? And then one day she just was just a cow, and I went to her, she went to me, how come, how you say this to a kid this age when you're a grown woman? She went, how come every time me and you have a conversation, we seem to disagree? I went, maybe it's because you're a bitch, miss. And then she just went, get out. So then I left school on the Friday afternoon, and I went home and I walked in, I was sobbing. I mean, what's the matter? And I was like, I'm going to be in big trouble in school. And she went, why? And I went, because I've just called Miss Morgan a bitch. And she went, Miss Morgan is a bitch. And I was like, and she went, don't worry about it. I went, I only said it because they say it on Dynasty.
Oh, yeah.
And then on the Monday morning, she came up because my mum like worked all mad hours. So me and Nan come up to school with me, and she went straight into the headmistresses, and the headmistress like, we won't tolerate that. And me Nan went, well, I won't tolerate Miss Morgan being a bitch then. She just backed me up. She backed us up. Do you know what I mean? Like that.
What a matriarch. Like that's what you want. You want your family to have your back, don't you? Even if you've maybe done something you shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you remember like big fights when you were a teenager? Like there were like big events. There was like a straightener, and like everyone would go and watch it.
It was like one of them where they'd go. So I went to school in a school called Brookfield, and there was like Roughwood and All Saints. So there was 3 senior schools in Kirby. So we'd be there in school, and someone would go, All Saints are coming at 3:30. We're going to have them out on the field. And we'd all be like, yeah, we're going to batter them. We're going to have a big fight, and we're going to batter them. Like, and then after they'd come, and you'd see us all like darting out, all legging it home before any trouble started. Because deep down, everyone was a shitbag.
Yeah, it's hardly like, the Battle of the Somme, is it?
No. Did you have big fights like that?
Not big fights, no, but we had like, I seem to remember a couple of occasions where like the cock of one school would fight the cock of the other school.
Yeah, that never really happened.
There was no real beef. It was just like, let's see who's the best. But it wasn't really like UFC rules. It was just like at a park. I remember one particular one. There was 2 lads from different schools, and they had this straightener. Say it was like 7 o'clock. I remember it was dark, so it must have been the autumn or the winter, and we all turned up at this park, and it was like there was a festival on, because there was hundreds of people at this park in the pitch black. And we got there, and someone said, "Oh, it's already over." Like one of them had won. And then someone said, the one who'd lost, he said, "Oh, he's coming this way." And everyone just shit themselves, started running. Like he was just, as if he was like Godzilla. Just a lad. But like we all shit ourselves. And,
Did you ever see the cock of your school have a fight?
No.
No? It was always, they seem hard.
Yeah.
Or they've got loads of brothers.
Or they're just
they're the cock of the school.
Just confident, aren't they?
I never saw the cock of our school have a fight. Girl or boy?
No. I don't know. I don't think you could do that nowadays, because everyone would be filming it, wouldn't they? And it'd be all over the place. It'd be all over like TikTok or something.
Yeah. We don't condone violence, guys.
No.
If that's what you're thinking.
No, we want to fix the world.
It's just happy memories from our youth.
Not fight the world. We want to build bridges, not walls.
Hey, we've got customer feedback, haven't we?
Make love, not
Someone's
war.
filled in a customer feedback form online.
Yeah. We're constantly trying to seek, data to back up the fact that we are making the world a better place.
We just want you to validate us.
We've got a lovely message from Alex McKevitt.
Hi, Alex.
Hi, Alex. Thanks for getting in touch. This is what Alex writes. Her fix is shirtless men walking or driving around Liverpool when there's a bit of sun out. So she's, a bit of background is, she said, "I've just been onto a bike ride into town, and my poor 11-year-old daughter is traumatised. We went into Tesco on the Dock Road, and there was a fella just shirtless at the till."
Please.
And she's put, now in my head, she was like, maybe he's a tourist. As in fairness, when we go abroad, we would walk around in a little less.
Not in the shop.
But he was a Scouser, and his personal hygiene didn't smell the best. Then on our way back down the Otters Pool, there was loads of half-naked men in cars, beer gardens, and on the promenade with the kids. She was a bit baffled. It wasn't even that warm, was it? It's a couple of nice days.
I think we had a week where the temperatures were warm enough for shorts, but it was not warm enough for the slack titty brigade.
No.
It definitely wasn't.
No. Keep your nipples to yourselves.
Put yourselves away. Also, I know that we walk around with in cozies and bikinis and etc. on holiday, but I don't know about you. If I go to the shop to get a Solero on holiday, I would not walk into a shop in my bikini top. People got to concentrate and give me the right change.
Don't want to be
I would
flummoxing
distract them far too much. So no, I always put like a little overgarment on if I go into a shop, or even if I go to the bar. I wouldn't just go to the bar in my bikini.
Yeah, I try and put
I'm not a fucking Kardashian.
I go in me trunks. It's different for men though, isn't it? On holiday, you just
go there and you.
Not me little budgie smugglies, yeah, budgie smugglies. Yeah, just going down to do the big shopping Aldi and like.
And you should
ballies.
always put a t-shirt on before you go in a shop or a restaurant.
Show respect.
Come on now.
Show respect. Brexit means Brexit. And then she's also said, and I did think if I saw a fitty, I might feel different, but then she thought it would still give me the ick.
Yes.
Maybe you and Kate will disagree, and we should all just get our kids off.
I agree, Alex. It gives me the ick. I do not need to see a man topless unless he's actually sunbathing, on the beach, in the pool, in the sea, or perhaps in the house with you.
Or perhaps jumping around on top of you, or what was the name of our stripper? I've forgotten his name.
Oh, Rene Fizz.
Rene Fizz. Yeah. Obviously,
Unless it's Rene Fizz.
He doesn't wear a lot of clothes because he's Rene Fizz, isn't he? That's what people expect from the Fizz man, as they call him.
He likes to feel the air on his skin.
I like to feel the cold English breeze on my butt cheeks.
So, Alex, I'm with you. Gentlemen of the world, please put your slack titties away.
But I prefer it when it's not quite the right temperature for toplessness. I prefer seeing like an out of shape man with his top off than a really, really butch man who goes to the gym and works out.
I'm quite partial to a little dad bod.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of them.
I mean, what's happened there? Stand by.
Stand by.
Did we fix that?
Oh, I don't know.
Did it last time?
Yeah, it happens at the same time.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Fix the telly.
Fix the telly.
Yeah, because I feel like those men who take the top off at the first sign of a little bit of sun, who are ripped and look good, are the same people who got convertible cars and put the roof down when it's still freezing just because there's a bit of sun out. It's like, look what I've got. Come on, ladies.
Yeah, they are But then there's a lot of people who are ripped who have dignity. It all boils down to dignity at the end of the day.
Respect for others.
I'm happy to look at a little dad bod. I'm not gonna marginalise those men. Good luck to you getting your junk out. Do it.
I always if someone's like doesn't,
but please not on Oscar's Pool Prom in the middle of a Sunday afternoon.
Come on, I'm just trying to get me bits from Tesco here.
Trying to eat a 99er in peace.
You're
confronted
bulges
by
putting me
man
off.
tit.
Just one massive man tit that's been squeezed together.
I'd like to start a band and call it Man Tit.
Man tit. You could call your audience the Mantitles. Scream for me, Mantitles! You lovely little man boobs.
That's Rennie Fizz's one-man show, Man Tit.
Man tit.
Man Tit. Starring Rennie Fizz.
Man tit. He sounds like a Simpsons character, doesn't he?
Yeah. Like Disco Stew.
Yeah.
Back away today.
The dad bod's a funny thing, innit? Because it was never called the dad bod until the last 10 years, maybe.
Was it when like Russell Crowe put on weight or something?
Maybe it was. But, people get to a certain age and it's just harder to look your best because you don't care.
I don't know. No one goes, oh, look at him, mum bod.
No one says mum bod.
No. Well, it's a double standard.
Everything with dad in front of just insinuates that it's crap, though, doesn't it? Like dad bod.
But you can have a dad bod and not be a dad.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I got asked I wrote a book 4 years ago, and then the publishers wanted me to write a second book, and I was like, sound. Like, same again, like just more stuff from my life, funny stuff. And they were like, no. We want you to write a dad joke book. And I said, but I'm a comedian, and dad joke just means crap joke. So I said, I don't want to do that. And they went, okay, sound. And I never did it. Because that's a terrible idea for a comedian to do a dad joke book. Because dad jokes are crap. Dad bod is crap. Dad dancing is also crap.
I mean, I know you don't want to be a sellout, but if the demand is there and someone's prepared to pay you to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought I'd rather not do it. I mean,
you're only going to pay some other person.
It's one of the few times I've felt like I've kept me dignity,
kept your dignity.
Yeah, because normally I'm just someone phones me up. Do you want to do this? Yeah, how much? I'll be there. I don't care. Will I pay the bills? Yeah.
Like that time you were asked to go and just be horrible to people. Bad Santa.
Oh, bad Santa at the Christmas day.
You said no to that.
I said no to that actually. Only because the money wasn't high enough. I would have done it. It's not about whether I do it or not. It's whether will you pay me enough money to do it. It's like the old joke about the man who says to the woman like, "Will you sleep with me for a pound?" She goes, "No." He says, "Will you sleep with me for like £10 million?" She goes, "Well, yeah, probably." It's like I think they haggle over the price. I can't remember the point of this story. Something basically saying, you do it. It's just a question of like how much money you do it for.
Well, we've all got our price.
We've all got our price. Remember the film Indecent Proposal?
Yeah.
I mean, this is topical because that's about 28 years ago.
Cultural references on point here.
Always. Who was the man?
Robert Redford.
Was he?
Yeah.
Because he's fit.
Even as a very old man, he's fit.
Even now, he's in some of the Marvel
as a young
films.
man. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Never see the likes of him again.
I'm not gay in any way. And I said that with real
when he was in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Oh my Lord.
He's a gorgeous man. Certain men, as a man, you can appreciate how beautiful he is.
Yeah.
Him, Colin Farrell. Do you not think? He's just a very attractive
Kevin
man.
Webster.
Kevin Webster. Oh, he does the bits.
Yeah.
Kevin Webster looks like the ugly brother of Colin Farrell. Rosie!
No, do you know what? Me and Krista were talking the other day about who we fancy from the public eye, and we couldn't think of anybody.
Nobody?
I came up with so I've started watching that program Minx. Have you seen it?
No.
It stars Jake Johnson, who was in New Girl.
Don't know that either.
Well, anyway, he is a scruffy looking article, but he's got a lot of charisma.
Oh yeah, but that's important, isn't it?
Yeah, I go for charisma, I think.
There's something in the energy of a person, isn't there? Like the way they move, the way that their eyes move. Eyes are.
I mean, everybody who knows me heartthrob is Big Veg. Love him to death.
Well, he's an attractive man, isn't he?
Well, he is.
And he's very good at his job.
Perfect specimen of, and obviously Klopp, because who doesn't?
Well, I don't.
Well,
but I'm an Everton
you say that.
heterosexual man.
You say that.
But he's very charismatic, isn't he?
I think that's what I go for.
Do you think
charisma?
you could be I can never say this word.
Lured.
Lured. How do you say it?
Lured. Could you be lured?
Could you be convinced?
Go on.
Into a cult with the right leader?
No.
I think I could.
I'm too lazy. We've discussed.
Too lazy?
We've discussed how lazy I am.
Too lazy to be brainwashed.
I stayed in Brownies only about 6 weeks because they said you'd have to go to church. So fuck cults, no way.
God, no. But it depends what cult it was, because some cults aren't really as much about the religion as about the person itself.
No, but there's something very convoluted and unenjoyable about organised fun or organised get-togethers, or like a collective consciousness to make change. That kind of thing turns me right off. I like the freedom to come and go as I please.
Well, maybe that could be your cult.
That's my cult. The cult of being a selfish bitch.
Yeah. Where you just...
Yeah.
The cult of Kate.
The
cult of Kate. Hashtag the cult of Kate.
Yeah, or Kate's cult. Or Kate's...
Kate's cult might be mispronounced and come out differently.
Different consonants somewhere along the line.
Have you been to Kate's cult recently? No, I had it shut.
Yeah.
I had it closed down. Yeah. Due to lack of interest.
Yeah, closed down.
I'd love to start a cult. I had an idea when I was a kid about... Not a kid, like a teenager. About, it's been earmarked for closure. I had this idea when I was a teenager about starting a cult just to see if anyone would join as like an experiment. Like, because I wouldn't believe in what I was talking about. But there's some kind of loophole in the law where it's not illegal to like lie about religion and make money. You can just make stuff up and like.
What's that shit Tom Cruise is into? What are they called?
Scientology.
So that's obviously
just made up.
Somebody with a lot of money.
Yeah.
Who had no friends.
And his name's Ron.
Yeah.
And it's just the difference between modern day religions and old religions is just like the old ones sound more legit because they've got names like Abraham and Jesus, whereas the new ones have got names like Jeff, Barry, and Barry said to Jeff, "Have you got that 3x4 drill bit from B&Q?"
I just think that with the advent of the internet, the whole concept of religion eventually will just pop.
Do you think?
There's a lot of these, so like the really fundamentalized countries where religion is the law. Every generation that comes is just diluting a little tiny bit every time. I was in Cyprus at a wedding, and we were talking to the taxi driver, and he was saying that a lot of Israelis go over to Cyprus to get married now because they don't want a traditional like Jewish wedding, and they don't associate themselves with that religion because of all like the murder that's going on over there.
The literal murder.
Yeah. But he said none of them, the younger generation of Israelis, are just like, we're not religious, we don't want nothing to do with it.
That's really interesting.
And I think eventually it will all just be, this is bullshit, everybody.
And what's our religion now? It's technology, probably, isn't it?
Technology.
We all worship technology, whether we know it or not.
Yeah. The Instagram.
The gram. Baby.
Gram.
You can find us on the gram, actually, while we're talking about it.
We are on Instagram.
Worship us.
Join our cult.
What's our at Fix the World podcast, is it?
At Fix the World podcast. At Fix_the_world.
Okay, there you go.
I never remember stuff like that.
Simples.
I'm very impressed with myself.
Simples. I went to a religious like play when I was a kid. There was a lad who lived around the corner from us who was a Baptist minister. No, he wasn't a Baptist minister. His dad was a Baptist minister. And I was like 7. And he said, "Do you want to come to this play?" I was like, "Sound?" So we went to this church. There's this play on by this Canadian like drama group. And looking back, it was incredibly bad. You know, terrible play. And at the end, they all started saying, "Just turn to the person that you're with, your family members, look them in the eye, tell them you love them." And everyone like stood up and turned to like the friends and family and said they loved them. And everyone was crying. Everyone was like tears. And I wasn't, because I wasn't with my family. I was just stood there going,
like it was
this is awful.
Quite an affluent religion that they could pay for a theatre company to come all the way from Canada to McGull to do a play about God.
I think they were on tour.
Like,
it was, but they were crap. They were probably dead cheap. It was very, even as a 7-year-old, was like, there's something fishy about this. This just feels a bit weird and a bit contrived. And strange. So I'm not really down with all of that sort of shit.
When we were kids, the local like social club used to have like a youth club, and it was run by monks.
Oh,
Like Friar Tuck style,
with
monk,
the bald spot.
brown like cloak and gown, what's it called that they wear? Like a nun wears a habit. What does a monk wear? A habit.
I don't know what it's called.
Anyway,
It's like a dressing gown in it with a rope around it.
and all I could think about was like Mel Brooks films. Every time I saw these monks, I was just like, these are the kind of things that you don't see.
You know when monks do a vow of silence, do they all finish at the same time, and do they all go to the pub afterwards, and what's that conversation like?
Oh, it'd be like absolute like bullshit for hours, wouldn't it?
If you've been silent for a month,
I'm like, you know, even if you've been in the house all day on your own,
yeah, it's
and
bad
then
enough.
Rachel comes in, you're like, and because Mick does that with me, I'll go, okay, you have not shut up.
Give us a
What's
minute.
going on?
Oh yeah, all the monks just going, oh yeah, when Dave farted,
That'll
so
die out,
close to
won't it?
talking.
Like monks and like priests, people won't want to do it.
Although I know someone who was a Buddhist monk for a while.
Do you?
Yeah, he's comedian.
For a while.
Comedian.
For a while.
Sam Brady.
Oh, God,
shout
yeah.
out to Sam Brady, lovely fella. I think he went through some like personal loss in his life.
Yeah, he did. I saw his show in Edinburgh.
Happiness. Kindness. Kindness.
Yeah.
Great show that. I like that.
I didn't like it.
Oh, I liked it.
I felt like it was like a cult, to
Oh,
be
right.
honest.
Well, anyway, I signed up, and I now go to his house
Now
every
you're
Sunday,
happy.
sacrifice goats with his family.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said he went to this like I suppose it's that moment in your life when you need something to fill it. If you can't fill it with something else, religion's a good thing to do, which is why
No, but it's always like, it's never someone who's like working class or skint who goes, yeah, so I just became a Buddhist for 2 years. It's always someone who's privileged.
That's
who goes,
true.
Yeah, so I just decided to go to like, Nepal and be a Buddhist because I'd gone through all this personal trauma. Yeah, while the rest of us have to go back to work because we haven't got that luxury.
Yeah.
That's God, I sounded narky then, didn't
No,
I?
but for
some people it's a luxury to have those little.
Going to Nepal's not an option, so William Hill is easier, isn't it? You just dive in there.
Yeah, instead of going to Nepal and becoming a Buddhist monk, I got addicted to the fruit machines.
Started with a little £2 acca.
Next minute, I was putting my wages in every Thursday.
Fooked. Now I need religion. So yeah, I'd love to start a religion though.
Hey, it's a big subject, religion.
It's very
We're
heavy.
hitting a big subject.
It's a heavy thing. Have we done religion?
No.
Did we do it? When we used to, if you're new to the podcast, we used to like dedicate each episode.
Dedicate each episode to fixing stuff, didn't we?
But we've sort of moved on from that because it was a little bit restrictive at times, wasn't it?
We felt like it was restrictive, and we felt like we had much more to give.
So much more. We're fluid, like the world.
Yeah.
But I don't think we did religion, did we?
We didn't. I don't.
No.
I think we might have touched on it a couple of times. Ow, I'm sorry to keep moving, but my legs dead stiff.
I think I've got sciatica.
Oh, I feel like I have.
And
at the moment.
if a religious person could rub my leg and make my hip hurt less in the night time, I would probably believe in Jesus.
I would say don't go looking for religious people in the night time and asking them to rub your leg, because I feel like someone will end up in a prison cell.
What religion is this? Shut up and get in the booth.
Shut up and rub me leg.
Just rub my leg for Jesus.
No, we didn't do religion. Were you brought up in a religious family?
Not at all. Not at all, no. Completely not. So I've got a real lack of belief in anything, really.
I was brought up with friends who were from religious backgrounds, but it was never like expected of them to be religious just because the parents were.
Yeah.
I didn't have no friends who were sort of brought up in that environment.
That's where you feel sorry for people when they're just kind of, they're forced to kind of believe in it and just live that life. But I do sometimes think it would be great to be religious, because when you're looking for answers and you're thinking
Someone to blame,
someone to also go to, and a place, go to church and just think, okay, I do this, which means I am, holy, or I feel better, or just gives you a bit of purpose. Which I was talking to someone about this who is religious, and I said, I don't want to be religious. I just sometimes think it must be nice to be able to have that in your life. And they thought I was on the edge of, converting. So I could see their eyes light up, and they were using all the lines that they probably use on all the new converts. And I was like, no, you misunderstand. I've literally no interest or belief in what you're talking about.
No.
But I'm just saying it would be nice. Like it must be nice to have a pair of tits. I'm sure that must be nice.
Men always say that.
Well, men can get them.
You can get
All of us
them.
have.
Yeah.
But I mean proper tits. Anyway.
Women never say that about peens.
I love the word peens, by the way. It sounds
I'd
medical.
never go, I wish I had a peen.
Oh. What,
Only sometimes when I'm dying for the wee and I think how
Yeah.
novel it must be to just go, I'm just going to go and do a piss against this tree.
Anyway. It is good.
Yeah.
It is sweet being a man. But yeah, I've got no desire for that. If you could change any body part of yours and swap it with another, what would you do?
Swap it?
Yeah,
Or
swap
like
it.
swap a leg for an arm.
Or swap like a big toe for a thumb. You could probably then pick stuff up with your feet.
I can pick stuff up with
Can
my
you?
feet. Yeah.
What can you pick up?
Just like
Verucas
things,
and
like
that?
things. Just like
Vibes.
pencil vibes.
Oh,
yeah.
my feet are picking up some
I can-
bad vibes here.
I can pick up rhythm. What would you change?
I'd like to pick up some Sheilas with my feet. I would swap my chin for another hand. So
If he did Andy that, so you just like lean on it.
I could just
You
sort
said
of
that you got your two arms and sometimes you use one of them to do this.
yeah.
But then if you had an extra hand under your chin, you'd have your two arms free to do other stuff while you just leaned.
Or you could drive with that hand, so you could just put your
yeah,
head on the steering
yeah.
wheel and just
Little sleep.
like that, and your other hands could be free for just dancing about.
If you could be from another country, which country would you be from?
I think I would have to answer this based on the accent, because certain accents just sound cooler. 10 years ago I would have said America, but I think now I'm going to say Colombia.
Have you been watching a lot of like El Chapo and that shit?
Not El Chapo. I've been watching Encanto with the kids.
Oh, of course,
They're
yeah.
Colombian. And
I sort
like
of
a
I do
Spanish
li-
accent with a
yeah.
little bit more exotic.
I do like that because I've been watching West Side Story a couple of times recently.
Couple of times?
And I love the
You've rewatched it? Is that good?
oh, it's really good.
Is it really good?
Yeah. And I've been listening to the soundtrack in my car because I'm 100% that bitch.
You like the car concerts, don't you?
Like the car
I
concert.
had a musical. In the
So
car,
the
perfect.
Puerto Rican accents in it really
It's
you know,
just
it's nice.
yeah,
Just exotic.
exciting,
Yeah.
innit?
But if I could be from another country or be living in another country, I'd pick Australia.
Would you? It's a nice place to live, innit?
Yeah, and I just think that the whole like the outdoor life mentality, it's everywhere. It's not just
A lot of skin cancer though.
well, there's a lot of lung cancer. There's a lot of
That's
all
true.
cancer.
A lot of cancer.
You know, if you're going to avoid somewhere because you might get cancer, then you fucked.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
A lot of kangaroos as well.
Well, you know, it's better than
They get cancer, you know.
pigeons.
That's true. There's loads of pigeons
I'd
here.
rather see a kangaroo than a pigeon.
If there was as many kangaroos in this country as there are pigeons, we would be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, they fight, don't they?
They absolutely twat each other.
But when I was in Sydney, we went to Sydney Zoo, and there's an enclosure where you can go in and like be right by actual kangaroos
I want to be with them.
and like touch them. But they only have the female kangaroos because the male kangaroos are like really aggressive. And they really tame, and you couldn't touch them or stroke them, but they basically just what they could have been animatronic for all I knew.
Yeah, they might.
I wasn't going up and checking.
Might have been a man in a suit, like a work experience guy.
Mm.
What am I doing this week?
Yeah.
Sweep out the tiger cage and then put this
Get
kangaroo
in the kangaroo
outfit on.
outfit, Kevin.
And then get back in the fucking gift shop, you dickhead. Love that. If a kangaroo just like unmasked one of the other kangaroos in the middle of your visit,
Yeah.
you realise that they were all humans, every single one of them. I walked through a kangaroo like enclosure thing, but it was like where you could get right up close, personal to them, and two of them started boxing.
Did they?
Like they got right up on the tail, and they were like,
Maybe
dead
you
tall.
triggered them, but they fighting over you.
They were fighting over me. Yeah,
Still got it, Sam.
my honour, honestly.
Yeah.
And as the victor bent me over to ceremonially bum me to death, I realised I was out of my depth, and I just shouted, "Mum, And she saved me, as she always does.
Oh, and was that sounds like a fever dream.
It does sound like a cheese dream.
And then Ralph Harris walked in and sung a song.
And then I woke up and he was in the news. And it was all becoming true. So so Australia, Colombia, I think I'd like to live in, what's that island there's an island in the South Pacific where they've all got nothing, but they're judged as the happiest people on the planet because they've all got nothing, but they don't understand that you need like material stuff to make you happy. So
what
they're just
island's
dead
that?
happy.
Madagascar?
Tonga.
Tonga?
Is it Tonga maybe?
Don't know.
I don't know.
I'd like that.
I'll
I'd like to
fact
live
check
in Scandinavia. Like,
Yeah.
They always seem to have a nice, like, I don't know.
Vibe.
They vibe.
Bjork.
People
seems
be
a bit angry,
vibing
though.
in Scandinavia.
People be vibing.
People be
See them
vibing.
Sweden motherfuckers, they're vibing like their asses off.
They'd be vibing all over the place.
Those IKEA people, the
Yeah.
vibe in there is cool, isn't it? I took the kids into IKEA when they were dead little, and I did that thing when they wouldn't follow you. They were about 2 and they wouldn't follow you. You know, you say to a little kid, you go, "Okay, I'm going now. Bye. You're gonna stay here. Bye." And they just went, "This place is well better than our house."
Yeah.
Sounds. Just ran off.
Yeah, I remember going with my brother and Sam, Harry and Sam. We took them when they were like 3 and 4, and they were always dead well behaved when we went anywhere. Within about 15 minutes, there was like a cupboard knocked over, a bed had been pushed off a plinth. It was just chaos in their way. And when we came out to come home, we were like fastening and they just had hundreds and hundreds of pencils shoved in their pockets that they just took with them. And I was like, "You've got pencils in the house, you little weirdos." But they were just like, it was bossing there. I mean, it was
amazing.
5 IKEA catalogues each.
Can we get one of those big blue bags, Mum?
I do love IKEA though.
I love it. I'd love a sleepover in there.
Did you see there was a snowstorm in it might have been Denmark or something like that, and all the people in IKEA who were shopping got snowed in, so all had to stay there overnight.
Oh, that
I'd have
sounds
been
amazing.
Like, yes.
That'd make a good premise
Make a-
for a play,
yeah.
wouldn't it?
Or like a film starring Tom Hanks.
Trapped in IKEA, where he's got to get out.
Yeah.
Like the Poseidon Adventure.
Yeah.
You've just got to get to the meatballs at the end.
That's when
you know you're out.
You know what? I always buy meatballs there and then I get them. I'm like,
Oh,
these
they're
taste like
disappointing.
shit.
Yeah, Swedish men, your meatballs aren't as good as what you say they are.
No.
But, you know, when there's like a snowstorm and people get trapped in places, there's always a news report of some group of people who've been trapped in a pub and they can't get out because they're up like a
They're the
Cumbrian
legends.
hill. And they always have a news report where someone's on the pub phone or a mobile and they're going, "Yeah, we've been trapped here for 7 days and it's just, you know, we're trying to keep our spirits up," and you just hear everyone in the background going, "Hey, fucking yay!" Just having the best
You know
time.
when you have like extreme weather and then so they go, and now we've got our correspondent Jonathan Jones in Taunton on the edge of a pier with gale force 95, and he's like that, "I'm here on the," I'm like, fucking stupid, right? If you tell me it's going to be gale force whatever, I do not expect you to send a reporter there to then demonstrate how windy it is.
We don't need to
Please
know.
do not put people's lives at risk. The news.
I'm here, but my toupee is not.
We're getting battered by rain just to prove that the weather's bad.
We don't need that, do we?
We're not stupid.
And if you're going to do like frontline reporting, go to a war or something. Don't go to a wind.
No, Black Friday. Send them to Black Friday in Asda.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that is
Didn't
dangerous.
really have a big Black Friday this year, did we? Do you think it was because of COVID?
It was more grey, wasn't it? Yeah, probably COVID. But yeah, I'm sure next year it'll bounce back.
People are weird on Black Friday, aren't they?
I'm sure people will be scrapping again.
Over
Yeah.
a telly.
Just getting £4 off a pair of wellies. Yeah, it's a strange time, isn't it? Black Friday for me was always the last Friday before Christmas when everyone used to go out and get smashed.
Yeah,
That was
and Black Friday's an American thing.
Yeah.
We're being slowly, and we're all going to be talking with American accents within the next 10 years.
Yeah.
You've heard it from me first, guys.
All right.
All right. Thank you for listening.
Subscribe on YouTube, and I don't even know what accent this is.
YouTube. We
Put your,
took a Bunsen burner.
put your finger up your tube.
Ew.
Don't
do that.
Subscribe on YouTube. Or give the video a thumbs up. And next week, I'll be giving a frontline report, investigative report, in our first feature of Sam and Kate Try Stuff, where I will try a bidet.
Sam's trying a bidet.
Or bidet.
Is it a bidet?
I don't know. I'm also going to learn how to say it before I
Yeah.
try it.
I think we're just common English folk, and we say bidet.
Bidet.
The exotic Europeans would say bidet.
Bidet.
Either way, it's just about washing. Sam's going to get us his bum all washed.
I'm going to put my bum in a foot
very
sink.
well.
Yeah, it's going to be squeaky clean.
Yeah.
And then Kate's going to eat a dinner off it.
I am.
So you don't want to miss that on YouTube.
No, not on hot though. I don't want to burn you.
Something
Maybe
soothing.
a salad.
Something with mayonnaise.
Just a salad. No, that would put me off.
Salad
to
cream.
be honest. Just, yeah.
No vinegar, please. Not after last time.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Keep sharing.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.